We are here with Albert Breer of the MMQB. Albert, let's talk a little Ravens offseason. When you look at them, what do you think needs to happen for this team to get back into the playoffs?
Well, certainly they're going to have to take care of their issues up front on both sides of the ball, having two pretty big-time free agents in Ricky Wagner and Brandon Williams. So, I think that's a big piece of their offseason and where they go from here. A lot of the pieces are still in place to be a very competitive team. I think the one thing that should help is a little stability on the offensive side of the ball as far as the play calling goes. And, bringing in Greg Roman, I think, while he's not going to be the play caller, gives you a guy who knows how to set up a run game and knows how to kind of give a team, an offensive team, a physical edge. We saw it in Buffalo. We saw it in San Francisco. And so, I think that could be the real game changer for the Ravens if they take care of the personnel issues there. Kind of maybe reestablishing the identity they had when Ray Rice was there, early in John Harbaugh's time, when Brian Billick was the coach. Finding a way to reestablish what they'd been offensively, I think would go a long way to changing the fortunes of the last few years.
Along those lines, a big talk in Baltimore is about Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Last year he was kind of shaky early on coming back from the knee injury. How much do you think the continuity that you talked about, maybe getting more of a running game, and then just being a year removed from that knee injury is going to help him?
I mean, like development of guys like, Dixon and Perriman, like that'd help too, and so like that's going to be a big piece of it. I think too often we look at the numbers the quarterbacks make and we assume that the baseline should be 11 or 12 wins if, you're paying a quarterback that much. That's not the way it works. There are 22 quarterbacks in the NFL who are making $16 million or more. You've got a category of quarterbacks where, your baseline is 10 or 11 wins, no matter what. Like, that's where you're going to be. And that's Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, and that was Peyton Manning, but there aren't very many of them. I think the next tier of quarterbacks where I think Joe is you need a lot of things to be right around him, and if a lot of things are right around him, then you can win with them, and so I think it's really, as much as anything else, we know what Joe is now. I mean, this is going to be his 10th year in the NFL. It's about getting as much right around him as you possibly can, and I think finding a way to take care of their issues on the offensive line is a part of it. A year of development from Ronnie Stanley should help too. Development at the skill positions with guys like Perriman and Dixon would help. And then I think that having somebody, again, like Greg Roman in-house, now, if you can create some stability in the way that you're designing and calling the offense, that would certainly help also.
So on the free agency front, there's the aspect of guys like Brandon Williams, Rick Wagner, who are going to be free agents. Then there's the other aspect of people who are, a Dennis Pitta, who some have speculated that there could be a pay cut situation, Ladarius Webb, Mike Wallace, guys that aren't free agents, but you wonder what's going to happen on the cap casualty front in that regard. Are you hearing anything in that sense?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you take a look at all of those, and those are guys who are, deep into second or third contracts. Mike Wallace has obviously been around for a long time now, on his third team, or fourth team, and Dennis Pitt has obviously had the hip issue, and the question with him is going to be longevity, and so, I don't know which way each one of those goes, but I certainly think we're looking at, I think you're looking at the possibility that there could be a couple changes coming here over the next couple of weeks with some veterans in the roster.
Well, Albert, appreciate your time. Have fun here at the Combine. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about my lack of energy. I'm kind of sick right now.